I thought in this video I'd talk about a couple of things. Firstly, what you saw in the intro clip, which was the CBJ-MS, which I think is one of the best PDWs. I know Matimio, if you know him, he's quite a famous Battlefield YouTuber, christened it the nail gun. And with a certain extent he's right, but I'll come on to that later. And I also want to talk about my speculation, seeing as Naval Strike has been out for the past few weeks now. I wanted to talk about my speculation on the new DLC, which should be coming out in the next few months or so, for Battlefield 4, called Dragon's Teeth. First of all, the gameplay in the background though. The first bit, you're going to see an absolutely epic assault from our team and my squad onto Sea Flag on Caspian border. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done, as was the intro clip actually. That was just so frantic. Coming on to the CBJ-MS though, I definitely do think, as you'll see later in this video, I do definitely think it is one of the better PDWs within the game. I mean, sure, it doesn't have the highest rate of fire. I think it has a rate of fire of around 700 rounds a minute, and this guy actually gave me ammo. You don't see a lot of that, me included. That's a guilty habit of me being a support player. But coming back to CBJ-MS, the fire rate isn't exactly the best out of the PDWs. I'd say it's quite on the low side. However, I do think that once you put the right attachments on it, obviously you can't put a grip attachment on it. I don't think, because it already has an ergo grip on it, standard. So you cannot actually put another grip of any sort on there at all. However, to like change the recoil around or anything. However, I do think that the recoil, if you burst it right, is actually pretty damn controllable because it's got such a low fire rate. I do think that it just doesn't pull, especially if you're going to be starting to burst it massively, if you're going to be firing like 8, 9, 10 round bursts at once, because it does have a lot of rounds in its magazine. It has 51, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and so you could be tempted as an average player like me to just spam it, but to be honest, I really do think that no more than 5 round bursts, and you can even be accurate at some deadly ranges, it's providing you land a lot of shots on target, because obviously its minimum damage is a lot less than, say, an assault rifle or a carbine. I do think that it's not the best. It's definitely not the best PDW out there, but it's worth a try. The hip fire is absolutely amazing. It's made even better, obviously, if you put a laser sight on there. So I recommend, if you've unlocked it, giving it a try, see what you think of it, and all of that good stuff. So coming on, as you'll see me using the CBJ-MS here, coming on, now that Naval Strike has been out for the next few weeks now, the past few weeks, sorry, I think I'm going to start speculating, this is what I'm using this bit of the video for, on what's going to be happening with the Dragon's Teeth DLC, which is coming out within the next few months or so. So first of all, what we already know about Dragon's Teeth. We know that it's going to be close quarters, infantry-centric warfare, which is exactly what I love. It harks back to the Aftermath DLC for me, which in my opinion was probably the best DLC in Battlefield 3. That was highly intense urban combat. Marquez Monolith definitely looked yellow, but they've fixed the colour correction in Battlefield 4. They may have broken everything else, but they fixed the colours in Battlefield 4, so it obviously looks one hell of a lot prettier. But what else do we know? Well, we know that there is going to be a two-handed riot shield within the game. Now, apparently, DICE was eventually going to make it one-handed so that you could use a pistol as well. However, they couldn't do it because, for whatever reason, I think it was something to do with the animation, they couldn't get the current generation of consoles to actually render that animation and make sure that your soldier sort of held it up with the pistol at the same time, which kind of says a lot as towards the power of these new consoles. So, talking about speculation, I want to talk about Levolution events, mainly. What I'd like to see is new Levolution events, because if you look at it, look at all the DLCs that have had Levolution inside them, or in the case of China Rising would have, if they'd have been given more development time. They're all kind of the same thing, like a building falls over, or a storm of some sort rolls in. It seems like DICE have almost got a load of pre-programmed Levolution events, which they can just tweak the colours and particle shapes and stuff, and just use that. So what I'd really love to see from DICE is a brand new set of Levolution events. Like, I don't know, maybe... Oh, I don't know actually, guys. You leave your suggestions for new Levolution events down in the comments below, because I'd really love to know, because I want to know what the community thinks about Levolution events in all, because I think they're fairly gimmicky. I think sometimes they can affect the ebb and flow of gameplay, like they are advertised. Like, definitely Siege of Shanghai, it turns the map around completely. Paracel Storm, it makes boat combat one hell of a lot harder. But some of them, like Golmud Railway, the IEDs on that, just, they don't affect it at all. And so what I'd love to see is just something completely new, completely different, that we haven't seen on any Battlefield 4 map before. Other things I'd like to see, obviously new weapons. I do think I want to see... Oh, what other weapons from Battlefield 3 do I want to return? Maybe the M16A3, but like a really nerfed version of the M16A3, because that was the god gun. But yeah, this is going to wrap it up, guys. Leave your suggestions for Dragon's Teeth down in the comment section below. I will read all of them, probably, because we're still so small. This round's about to come to an end, so guys, if you did enjoy, please remember to leave a like, and of course subscribe to both of our channels. Brad has come down, so it'll be in the description down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.